Supervisors. Here we are passing the 4 points. Doesn't look like there's anything going on, but you know,
we figured we'd drop by.
Still want to give you a little update about that. We'll go by the other human trafficking hubs here, and just to give you an update, and then we'll come to you as well from the Board of Supervisors shit show that we're about to encounter. But just wanted to bring you by here at the 4 points, 3888 Greenwood Street. This is where the CBP One app individuals come after they go to Pacific Highway location, which is where we'll go in a moment. But
you have the Crust Kitchen van in there.
Crust
right now.
is in there right now. Crust Kitchen brings them their 3 meals a day that they have been contracted with the county with. So
you want to just keep talking until we go on over?
We can do that. So it will be an interesting morning as we are going to be going to the Board of Supervisors meeting. Who knows how long it will last today.
What are the most important things that they're talking about today that we could share with the people?
Let's see, hang on. So, yeah. You know what? I actually didn't study it like I should have. I actually forgot my Bible at home, and that sucks. But that's okay, because Jesus is with me always. So, it doesn't really matter that I don't have it. But, anyway, so it's always interesting. There's like, you know, again, I don't know. I'm going to go off the cuff today because I'm just tired of studying their BS. Because I used to take a long time and, you know, really study. But it's like once you have done it for so long, you just kind of like know what they're up to and what the whole agenda is. So, it's like I feel like this bad energy when I'm sitting there like reading it like it's something, which I mean we should still do, but again, like once you've done it so many times and once you know what they are, you know,
the agenda.
It's like
it's a real agenda. It's
I mean,
based on Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, and it's consistent. So once you get that all down, broader, it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just gonna, you know, there's always stuff to say. They're doing something with healthcare and bringing refugees into that, which they encompass all of these like newcomers, their asylum seekers and everything in there. It's just like their refugee cash assistance checks that the Catholic Charities gives out every month. So these people are just basically, you know, able to get this free cash because they're like, well, we can't work. And so we need to be paid for this. And then they get all their health care. And they can get a sex change if they want. They get, you know, travel and housing assistance if they want. And there's people that have been waiting for housing assistance for decades. You know, there's a lot of them that will be on a HUD list. And, you know, it'll be forever. And so it makes you wonder, like, when these people come in, do they go to the top of the list? Is there another list for them? Or do they go behind all of the people who have been waiting for such a long time? So, you know, it's sad because, you know, these people are our replacements, and, you know, there's a lot of nefarious people that come across. So, you know, we're basically paying for them to just have anything and everything that they want, and all while the people who, again, have been waiting for it don't even get that. And I mean, think about, a lot of people don't even have health care coverage, and these people get it right off the bat.
We're driving by the county Health and Human Services Agency right now. At the last meeting, Audra brought up how HHS is involved in child and human trafficking.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened with that. Why can't I do that? There we go.
So she had brought up about HHS being involved in child and human trafficking at the last meeting, and Nora Vargas vehemently denied that they had anything to do with that.
Yeah.
And since then, there has been press releases that prove that they actually are.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very a well-known fact, and they do it. I just turn it around because we're getting ready to pass Pacific Highway, but they're the ones that do it through foster care and child protective services and all of the like that, you know, they're claiming is, you know, to reunite and reunify families. And that is the furthest from the truth. There's, you know, people, it's just something they don't want to admit. And so I was able to, after Nora was saying that that wasn't the case, I was able to, again, refute it and say it actually is. You know, I don't care. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but it's like, that's not the truth. And you shouldn't be, you know, denying people the truth so that they, you know, are deceived by these governmental entities. I mean, HHS is, I mean, they're the ones sitting there telling everybody to take a bioweapon, and they're the ones that locked us down when COVID wasn't even in San Diego. I mean, COVID doesn't exist, but like there were no cases, and then all of a sudden we're locked down, and like within 3 weeks there's a supposed case. So it's like, okay, well, that worked real well. But so it's like you can't trust all of these agencies that have been created, and you got to understand why. I mean, because all of it's a business. The big pharma is a business, right? Keeping people sick and making sure that you have constant customers. Same thing with homelessness, and even these children that they take and, you know, traffic. So here we are at the 4 Points. That's a business too. So
JFS.
we are here outside of Pacific Highway 4902. This is the Jewish Family Services run, just like the last one we went to, the 4 Points. And again, they since have added these extra fencing. They've actually gone around the entire place. Oh, there's a bus in there.
Yeah.
So they're either dropping them off that they came from the San Ysidro Port of Entry, or they are picking them up and they're going to be taking them over to the 4 Points to stay. So they come here and do some more processing, and then
There you can see bus 122.
yeah, it's bus 122. Looks like they're getting off, so they have just come from the San Ysidro Port of Entry. They use the CBP One app to make an appointment to get across without going over the wall somewhere. Where's Ginger? Oh, Ginger. She's probably like, you can't. Well, Ginger's not going to like this. Ginger's going to tell me to get out of here, but why not test the waters in the morning? Happy Tuesday. The gate's open, so I mean, I'm just coming onto the property that we own, but she's going to try and tell me because of this new gate and whatnot. What's up? Trespassing. That's Ginger. She's always uptight. She doesn't understand who owns the property. It's the people. Ginger's got her panties in a wad. Anywho, she's like, I need to close the gate. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call the police. Call them. She's trespassing. Oh my gosh. Bye, Ginger. Have a good day, Ginger. Ginger's pissed. So, anywho, it was fun to be at the Ramada, which is where we're gonna go next this weekend. Here she goes. She's gotta close it. Good job, Ginger.
Should have had it shut before, huh?
You're doing such a good job.
Not really.
You're such a good job. Oh, they're so funny. But totally stop the, gosh. Oh, I don't know. It was funny being at the Ramada and stopping the buses from going out to the airport for like an hour.
For like 2 or 3
And
hours.
it was like the best. Anywho, and then I was like, okay, you guys can go ahead and let the buses come. I have to go. Made it real difficult. They could barely back out. It was really fun. Just because you got to put a wrench in their plans. We're paying for it, so I'm like, I mean, whatever.
We blasted them with the megaphone siren for like an hour straight.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So, but I was like, it only takes 1 hour. I was like the only person standing in front of the bus for a minute. And they wouldn't come out. And I was like, see, that's how it works. Anywho, we'll be coming to you in a moment. From the Ramada, and then we'll come to you from the board of supervisors. But it's just interesting to see the way that they react. It's like, she's like, I'm gonna call the police. That's fine, because the people own this property, and so, I mean, you're trespassing at that point. But again, it's like, when they act so, suspicious and nefarious, it's like, again, like I repeat all the time, but like, if you're doing something good for humanity, I mean, do you need to be like so secretive? I mean, we already know what you're doing. We already know where you're going. We already know where they came from. We already know where your money comes from, who's paying for all of this. And, they just want to like act like you have no business being there. And it's just kind of like when we went to the Catholic Charities Immigrant and Refugee Services, where they're giving the RCA checks, the Refugee Cash Assistance checks, and even like SBCS, the South Bay Community Services, that was running the transfer site before the temporary one, which they're now going to a long-term and more permanent one that they just put out an RFP for, so we'll have to see who bids on it. But
RFP is a what?
It is a request for proposal, so it allows them to go and make a bid on whatever project it is, to try and be the ones that run it or whatever. And so but when you go and talk to them, they talk about how they want to protect these people. We just want to make sure that
I should have got on the phone.
Oops.
It's gonna take a little longer than I thought.
Yeah. But they, just want to kind of protect them and hide them away. Like, please don't have your camera here. We want to, protect these people and make sure that they don't feel unsafe. And it's like, well, what if we feel unsafe? Like, what if them being here makes people feel unsafe? Is that not like valid? I mean, because they consider them Americans now. And, like they say, once they've stepped foot on American soil, they're Americans. And again, that's why I'm wondering, if I stick my hand through the wall, half in Mexico and half here, does that make me a dual citizen? I don't know, but possibly, right? Because if I just go to Mexico, it's like I could go back and forth and be like, I'm Mexican, now I'm American, right? I mean, it's the way it works. So
Matt Baker would be half Mexican because he crawled under the concertina wire that one day. So
yeah, so I guess
he became Mexican.
And I don't know if that like lingers with you. If it's like, is it just while you're there, or is it all the time? So like every country I've been to, does that make me a little bit of all of those? Who knows? I mean, but I think these days you can really just do whatever you want, say whatever, just make up your own definitions of stuff.
And then they pay you to stay.
They do, yeah. So, well, I mean, some places they'll pay you to go. Which is funny because it's like Mexico is deporting Americans. And it's interesting, right? I mean, it's like, we can't have these people here. But at that point, I would say, well, they're Mexican, because they're living there. So, I mean, is that really fair? I mean, I feel like they're not being equitable.
I remember one time when we went there to the wall where the Federale camp was, and you had asked what would happen if you crossed over.
Yes, I would be deported. And
arrested and deported.
Well, yeah, man, basically. And I thought, would they send me to Tabasco, which is the 3-day bus ride down south? I don't know, because I thought, well, then maybe if I just walk right back over, is that like you deported me? Who knows? Now I'm just being stupid. But this whole thing is stupid. And, you know, I think I'm going to just have to go there. We need to really be careful when seeing or understanding and trying to discern what happened on the 13th, because this was definitely an inside job. And you know, don't let where are you going? Oh yeah, east. Okay. You know, the mainstream media sit here and tell you stuff, because I mean, they don't even know who this guy was. It's like, how many pictures of this 20-year-old kid can there be? And then when you see the guy that's dead, totally not him, but you know, just don't believe your eyes, okay? Let them tell you what you're seeing.
They knew
but
he was
it's
there
another
for,
JFK friggin'.
They knew he was there and on the roof for like half hour before.
Of course. But he was on the roof of where the, like, intelligence was.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, we didn't hear that. I thought it was just a bird crawling around. I mean, right?
That building, they didn't bother to put any security around.
And they were told to stand. I mean, and look at the Homeland Security, Secret Service, which is run by Mayorkas. What is happening
Under
here?
the DHS.
Which one do I push?
You can't use that for that.
Oh.
You can only use the screen.
But yeah, it's under DHS with Mayorkas, and it's like, and they're trying to do all this DEI stuff, you know, with these ladies, and it's like me trying to go protect Trump. Okay. One of them wasn't even tall enough to cover his head, and they're like trying to protect themselves in the process. Like, oh my gosh, no, you're supposed to be protecting Trump, but okay. The lady can't even holster her weapon. But this is the kind of embarrassing, you know, type of crap that they do to, you know, make America so weak. Just like the military, filling it with a bunch of people who are like cross-dressers and stuff like that, not just men, you know what I mean? Like, manly men are like, I'm gonna fight. Like, these ones are like, oh my gosh, I want to get my face waxed and all of these things. I'm not saying, it's just,
He called me by the wrong pronoun.
Intentionally doing it to weaken America and make it so that there's no way for us to like defend ourselves. So there's just, you know, it's just very sad. But we're going to be coming up here. We just passed Crust. Dang it. Okay, so we are going to wide. Oh man, I don't know what's happening. There we go. We are going to be coming up on the Ramada, which is where we were on Saturday to, you know, put a halt to the operations that they find themselves in. And so we'll just see what kind of actions here. It's usually, oh, that's okay.
We did put a halt to the operation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. But we did, yeah. I mean, but it's fun.
They had the buses loaded and ready to leave, and we blocked the gate for a long time.
Good.
A little slow looking around there today.
Does. We'll have to see if there's buses. There's buses out front, like the usual, but no one in the back there. And so they are here at the Ramada. They're dropping off the street releases instead of going to Iris, and so they'll process them here, give them a bus ride out if they need, and so we'll just do a quick little drive by and then head over to
Run around back real quick, see if there's anybody in the processing tents.
There could be, but as you can see, there's at least 2 buses. I think. I can't tell. But the Chinese were posted up out here too, because they usually do the iris, and so now they've been.
Oh, yeah, they're here.
They are. Oh.
Two buses.
Two buses,
Yeah,
113 and 112. So they could be in the back.
I got some good video of the Chinese people working with a Central American woman. They're trying to work out doing money exchanges with her right out here in front of this place the other day.
Yeah, because they'll do money exchange, they'll sell cigarettes, which not a lot of people are going to be wanting that here like they did at Iris, but they also have phone cards, SIM cards, and, but they traffic the Chinese out of here, and they look for workers. And, who knows what kind of work they're talking about, but that's what they do, their business. They have a huge business, and it makes you wonder, are they even legal? Like, do they even have documents, or are they, as well, did they come the same way, and now they're just helping facilitate more and more of the same. Oh my gosh. So does no one?
No.
Yeah, no one's in the tent, but
They're probably having breakfast.
yeah, that's what they're probably doing. Anyway, so we will come back to you live from the Board of Supervisors. Happy